devastating crash happening just after midnight last night. Now police are investigating what may have factored into the crash. Team 12's Monica Garcia following the details of our big story tonight. Monica.
A lot of families here in the valley just dealing with devastating news. As you just said, 3 teens dead, a 4th one expected not to survive, and 2 more teens in the hospital fighting for their lives. All the teens ranging in ages between 15 and 18 years old. Now, remnants of that car crash still visible out here at 23rd Avenue and Dunlap. You can see that white spot in the road. That's where one of the vehicles came to a stop. And over here to the right, there's broken glass that's still visible, some down vegetation, along with vehicle debris just scattered about. Police say around midnight, a 16-year-old driver driving a Nissan Pathfinder along with 3 other passengers crossed this center line and crashed into another vehicle. The driver of that vehicle, 18-year-old Nija Chilbeast, was killed along with her 17-year-old passenger. A 3rd teen was killed, and again, a 4th teen expected not to survive. Meanwhile, the cause of the crash is still under investigation. Police say they're waiting on a toxicology report to determine exactly what happened. In Phoenix, I'm Monica Garcia, 12 News.
Monica, thanks so much. Again, 3 teenagers involved in that crash still in critical condition in the hospital right now. Officials tell us one is not expected to survive. We will certainly continue to track this developing story and the investigation into the crash. We'll bring you updates on air and on our social media platforms and our website, 12news.com.